Hey gun people, horsey people, I'll probably put this on both channels. There's different reasons for wind direction. I talked about how the horses use their nose for wind direction to smell scent. I did a video on Buddy Finding Carrots and how we train dogs to use their nose. And I talked about scent cones and the way the wind affects the scent cone or the pattern that smoke blows. So I'm cleaning out my fireplace and I figured it'd be a good little deal to get this on video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle some of this, zoom out here, and hopefully you'll be able to see what this looks like. Okay, so if you watch that dust, well, I don't know if that's coming out or not. It's heading straight over there to the barn because the wind is kind of, I'm going to throw some up in the air a little bit here. Notice how that scent cone, it's blowing the dust. I'm going to have to throw the whole thing. So we'll have one good one. Here we go. Okay, so you see how that's kind of settling and how it's going along the ground? That's exactly what happens to your scent when you're walking around. What you see, that white powder there, is scent bubbles that comes off you. It comes off other predators. You probably can't tell, but it's spreading out and it's getting wider because we don't have a really strong wind. But if you were trying to avoid getting caught, you would need to know which way the wind's blowing. Is it blowing it towards your people that you're trying to avoid? Is it strong? Is it weak? Are they going to be able to smell you if they have dogs? Is the wind to your face? That way there's no way their dog's going to smell you. They're going to have to either hear you or see you. Same way with an animal with predators. If your dog's looking into the wind, then he may be smelling something. If he's looking away from where the wind's coming, then he's using his ears or eyes. But when I threw that smoke, some of those ashes out a few seconds ago, it really had a great pattern. The wind wasn't quite as strong. The wind picked up, so it kept the scent cone kind of small. But understanding that you always put off this scent cone as you walk around. When we used to track dogs, we'd make sure our pants were untucked, so the bubbles and cells from our body would fall through our pants leg on the ground. If we'd put rubber bands around our boot legs, we would get off a less scent cone. If we wore gloves and long sleeve shirt and taped our shirt, we'd get off less of a scent cone as far as our dead cells falling off. We would still be giving off a scent cone because our smell and stuff would be coming through our clothes. So being aware on this, for one, for the horsey people, is so you know which way your horse is facing. You can tell how strong the wind is on how wide the scent cone is, and you can probably find what your horse is smelling or looking at, whether it's a predator or mountain lion, whatever. And then for if you're using this for tactical and you don't want to be seen by your enemy on my gun channel, then you would have to be aware that, hey, I always like to approach things with the wind in my face. Therefore, I know nothing's going to smell me. Also, the wind in my face brings sound to me, and it doesn't bring my sound to who I'm sneaking up on. So if I'm moving with the wind in my face, it's going to be harder for the people upwind to hear me because the wind is blowing my sound behind me. Whereas if it's blowing behind me and I make noise, it's going to carry my sound to whoever I'm trying to sneak up on. So that's basically scent cones in a nutshell. You can do the same thing when you light a fire. If you see a fire burning, if there's no wind, you'll see the smoke go straight up in the clouds, depending on how hot and heat temperature is. But as the smoke settles, you'll see it kind of easily grow and widen, and it spreads out, and you can smell it. And you may not be able to see the smoke, but you can still smell it. That's the way animals use their nose, and that's how they smell things. Get that flagpole out of the way, and we'll end that with the boys out there snacking. All right, so we'll end that there. Buddy, entertain your good boys.